With Subnautica 2 being announced, I thought to myself, hey, let's gather a bunch of Terraria ocean themed mods and let's make our own Subnautica 2 but in Terraria. So let's hop in game and see just how terrifying we made the oceans of Terraria. We are here today to try and turn Terraria into Subnautica / Subnautica 2, below zero, whatever. With the recent announcement of Subnautica 2, which I'm very hyped for because it has a multiplayer mode, I was like, hey, why not gather a bunch of mods and let me try and craft a mod pack that sort of, enhances the underwater exploration. So let's just go through all the content from this little mod pack, starting with, of course, the Calamity mod, adding in the Abyss, which I believe the Abyss has a lot of Subnautica inspiration. Like, come on, some of the creatures, literally the primordial worm, ain't that just one of the leviathans? Like, look at bro, look at him. Is that not the Leviathan, the ghost Leviathan? But yeah, with the Calamity mod, we have separate layers of depths. As we can see, it starts on this little sulfurous seas layer, which is like a beach that's a little bit more hostile than a regular Terraria beach. A little bit more sulfurous. There is like a little event that you could do up here called the acid rain event, but we'll focus on that later, if at all. We're here to see the underwater part. As we get a little deeper, it gets a little darker in this area. The music changes. The whole vibe is completely different. I don't know where the sea critters at. Where all the sea critters at? I'm only seeing like little piles of fish and just the gas vents. Pure ambience right now. But yeah, we got this little purple area. There's like a sort of more brownish area over here. But let's keep on going deeper and deeper. Look at this. Now we got the little green, what are these, vines? I don't even know what these are. Keep it going. And we descend onto the next layer. Oh, there's the first creature we see. Noxious slime, slab crab. I like the name of that. But we move into the next layer. Gets even darker. As we go deeper and deeper, it's going to get darker. You're going to need good scuba diving gear. As you see, I got some abyssal diving stuff. And you're going to need things that also give off light. Like, just a light potion, light pets, just a bunch of other things that get off light because it helps you navigate the depths. Just like in Subnautica, you need more tools to go deeper and deeper. That's kind of what we got here with the Calamity mod. Let's keep it going though. After this layer, we got an even darker, scarier layer. Like, it's getting hard to see. Music changes again. I like how the music and vibe literally change every layer. Look at the type of fish we're starting to see down here. What is that? Viper fish. We got a devil fish. We got oarfish, which are low-key scary. Is that love disc? There should be even scarier creatures, but I think because this is just a new world, not in like the harder modes, we won't see like the super scary stuff. But I will spawn them in just to give us the true experience. But visually, this is amazing. The thing is, there's still 2 more layers, I believe, or at least 1 more. So if we get down to here, this is where it actually gets terrifying. This is the bottom of the abyss, the Mariana's Trench, whatever you want to call it. Look, there's like barely any land structures here. We're just falling down to the bottom slowly. And when we finally get down to the bottom, oh god, gulper eel, you can only just see the light. You can't even see him. But look at the gulper eel. Come show yourself. Come show how pretty you are. Whoa, damn. The real monster's waiting for me below. We got the Reaper Shark, which easily looks like it'd be something from Subnautica if it isn't already. Of course, the Gulper Eel, which he's not coming all the way up here. He's a little shy. We have the Bobbit Worm that attacked me. Where is it? Look at the Bobbit Worm. Kind of shoots at it. Who the hell is this lanky ass dude? But now let me bring out some more of the creatures we didn't really get to see here. So in this layer, which is layer 3/4, we are supposed to run into a colossal squid. Who doesn't love giant squids / octopuses in games? Always just cool. Oh, he literally jumped on top of my head. I can't see anything. Get off my head. Dude is kind of tanky. I'm in master mode and he kind of got some health on him. We also got some freakier looking creatures like this. What is that? Idolus? This definitely looks like another terrifying thing you would see in Subnautica. Of course, we have the Eidolon worms themselves. Let's go ahead and bring that out. We got the little tiny one, which isn't as intimidating, still terrifying to run into and see. But then we got sort of the adult, the big boy. The big boy is here. Listen to the music that plays with him. And he's got the little cultist attacks with him. This would actually be terrifying to accidentally run into while down here. Real quickly before we dip out of here, just show off a couple of other creatures you could find in some of the Calamity water stuff. We got this little Mauler, which is a mini boss during the acid rain event I was talking about earlier. And then we got something that I don't know if it's really aquatic, but it spawns during the acid rain event. Something called a nuclear terror. Honestly, yeah, looking at this thing and just listening to this thing, terrifying. There's also something called a great sand shark, which is more of a Terraria sand sharks that kind of dig around in the sand. Not really an aquatic creature. And then Calamity also has another aquatic biome over here, the sunken sea. So even more beautiful water places to explore. And in this area, we got another little boss. Not this dude, not Pink Zora up here, but a giant clam. What a great boss. I actually love the giant clam. And don't think I forgot, because I didn't, but of course there is the leviathan, which used to be one of the biggest Terraria bosses ever. Now he's pretty big. And of course the Anahita, who spawns with him on the side. But moving on from that, we got a couple other mods. Of course, one of the best Terraria mods ever, the Thorium mod, also has its own little abyss area, or the aquatic depths as it's called. A sort of more tame abyss is what I would say. It's got easier loot to get your hands on, a lot of cool themed underwater loot, a lot of cool themed creatures. We can see we got clams, we got Dumbo octopus, there's even like new sharks, giant isopods. But the little sea critters involved here are a little bit different. The big ones, that is. First one being sort of a surface beach boss, but you can always fight it underwater. Obviously, you always have the choice to fight things underwater in Terraria. But that is the queen jellyfish. Let's bring her down here. Come on. This is more your vibe down here. Kind of harder to see her though. And then in the abyss itself, you have to take on the boy right here, the forgotten one, which is like a giant mutated crab boss. And as you do more damage, his shell sort of breaks around him, and boom, look at that, fully broke him out of his shell. Now he's just a naked crab. Remember that one SpongeBob episode where Mr. Crab shell broke? Underneath us though is the Homeward Journeys mod abyss. They got their own take on the abyss, which I think is sort of like a not as cool Calamity one, but it still has some cool features. Again, it has a little layer system, like 3/3.5 layers. And as you notice, we get deeper, we kind of get into this lost town, which is sort of the big thing that kind of separates itself from the Calamity mod's abyss. Kind of like an underwater lost civilization. Maybe Atlantis? I don't know. I feel like the structures aren't crazy enough to be Atlantis, but something like that. You even got like cool little, what is this, like a church over here or something? But then you notice you kind of got like in a little arena area. Let's turn on the lights a bit here so we can see. And in this arena, you're supposed to fight this guy, the diver, which is like some scary looking eldritch horror boss, which kind of fits perfectly in Terraria because, I mean, come on, the game itself has a bunch of eldritch horrors. I just noticed my zenith does 2,600 damage with 3,600 critical strike. It's kind of crazy. I don't know when it got so OP, but shout out. Keep on going though. We get into the deeper part of the abyss, and all the way at the bottom, this is not really an aquatic creature or anything, but is one of the coolest bosses in modern Terraria. Look how dark it is. We're not able to see anything. But if we use this very specific torch down here, right? Check this out. Yo, the wall of shadows. I check this dude out like every couple months. He's always in a video somehow. But a nice little change of pace, I guess. To change up the pace a little bit, we come to one of my favorite Terraria mods ever. Easily in my top 5, even if there's gigantic gaps in between content. It's worth it because watch, the next update that comes out for Starlight River is gonna be crazy. But let's go ahead, let's activate it. We gotta put a block there. Boom. And now this should lower us. Oh my god, what is that behind us? What is that terrifying beast stalking us in the background? Look at the reflections and stuff of my character. That's kind of insane. And as you can see, we kind of get to the bottom of this area, and when we get down here, we're supposed to toss something into the water. Damn! And look at this. My boy is pulling up on us. Damn! One of my favorite Terraria bosses of all time, Aurorical, the Venerated. Look at this boss fight. This is a top 5 boss fight in terms of uniqueness, in terms of just how involved you are throughout the fight. And that's why Starlight River is one of my favorite mods. And it adds in a giant little octopus/squid boss. Something 100% that would fit in a little Subnautica themed mod pack. And now obviously the more damage you do to bro, the more the fight progresses into other things. Oh my god, look at the attacks. I forgot how cool all the attacks and animations were. I haven't touched this mod in a minute. Look at that. He's filling up the bathtub with more water. And then as you can see, the arena kind of is pretty small, right? He has his hands sort of covering the other part of the arena, but as the water fills up more and more, the hands go up. We're running out of space here. Now we can hit him in his chest though. We don't have to hit his tentacles. Oh shoot. This is where you're supposed to build blocks and then hide behind the laser. Very unique feature. You don't see something like that at all, ever. I do want to see his last phase though, because his last phase might be the coolest. It is where the water sort of slowly rises to the very top. And I believe if it gets to the very top, you either instantly die or the fight is just too hard to the point where you can't even take him on. So you just die to naturally just getting hit by him. Another cool thing he does is he brings in some tentacles from the bottom to take some of the platforms away. Look at that. Pretty sick. It's a cool boss, bro. I love this so much. All the bosses and content for Starlight River. I am the Starlight River Glazer. The Starlight River D1 Dick Rider. That's me. I'll take that spot. Now, obviously, there's a bunch of other smaller things in this mod pack. More aquatic themed things that kind of just don't even have to deal with being underwater, because you know, not everything has to be in the water itself. You got Subnautica Below Zero, which is like a whole above ground most of the time game. Like, look at this. We got the Marquise Moon Squid. We got one of the coolest bosses ever in the world's end, everlasting falling whale. Do I even show bro off? I literally did a video about this guy not too long ago, but if you want to see him again, well, here we're gonna attempt to see him again. All right, here you go. Watch him. Here he comes. There's the whale. And watch out. Big body falling on your head. Oh, he has an eye now. Did he always have an eye? I don't remember if he always had an eye showing. Does Subnautica have a bullet hell phase boss in the game? I don't know. I never played it. I've been meaning to play Subnautica for a minute, but I've always saved it for the perfect time. And since the second one is so close, you know, maybe it's time for us to run that Subnautica playthrough on stream. Because I've always wanted to stream it as my first playthrough. Face cam and everything, so we get the full reactions of every terrifying creature in the water. Another little thing is there's this Spirit mod in here, which has its own little event that adds in a bunch of aquatic creatures, including a Cthulhu sort of mini boss and just a bunch of other very interesting water creatures throughout the event. But other than that, I think it's a pretty solid little water themed mod pack. You can kind of get it even crazier if you really wanted to, by just like maybe even going into like world edit or finding like a mod that just fills the whole world with water itself. That could be a little side thing you could add too. Obviously, there's probably an endless amount of water themed weapons. I actually installed a mod specifically for that. Fish gun plus, come on, can't go wrong with fish weapons. This was another mod I checked out not too long ago, but you can make the playthrough even more interesting by just using fish only items. But yeah, what are some other mods you guys would add to a little mod pack like this? I kind of want to do more sort of mod pack themes like this in the future for videos. It's a little bit harder with Terraria than it is with like a game like Minecraft or Skyrim, or even like, I don't know, Project Zomboid. I've seen like a couple of different themed mod packs for, because Terraria modding can only go so far, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, shout out to everyone that made the mods in the video that allowed me to sort of craft this water mod pack. I'll leave all the mods in the description. One last thing I'm throwing in here is a sweet texture pack for the Duke. Very simple, bring it in. It's the Reaper Leviathan, but as Duke. And if we do some damage to my boy, bring him into the other phases, he's gonna get a little cooler. Look at that. Kind of turns into like the ghost. Pretty cool. I don't know if he has like a third one, because you know, Duke kind of goes invisible. Oh, there you go. Now like really like the ghost Leviathan. Pretty sick. Just a little something I wanted to include in this video. But yeah, make sure to follow my Twitch, y'all. Twitch.tv/gamers101. I've been streaming the new official Arlcraft Dragora mod pack on there, and that's been a lot of fun and pain. But if you miss those streams, check out Game Raiders Live. That's where I post all my Twitch streams that you guys miss. I'll be seeing y'all in the next video though. Have a good one. What is it these tentacles doing to me? Freaky ass tentacles.